On Nationwide this evening, we're in Dunleary to see the hotel which has greeted the great and the good for 2 centuries as it opens its doors to a new era. Toasting a winner, how in Offaly they gathered to celebrate a great game of 25 years ago. Immersed in and devoted to the world of the horse, we meet the illustrious Power family of County Meath, and in monastic footsteps, how in Sligo they seek out tranquility in the isolation of an island. Turn to us. Now, many areas of the country have been pretty well destroyed by overdevelopment, but our islands, by contrast, have been relatively untouched over the centuries. Innishmurray, for example, is an ancient haven of tranquility. It's been uninhabited for half a century, but people still go there on day trips, and they go there for a variety of reasons. Micheál O'Donnell joined them recently.
The last boats left Innishmurray for the mainland almost 60 years ago. The island, which lies off the North Sligo coast, has changed little since then, except for the weathering of the northwest winters. People return for day trips, mainly in the summer, and for one American, visiting for the very first time the island where his mother was born, has a special personal resonance.
You know, I have read just about everything that's ever been printed about Innishmurray, and you know, reading about it and thinking about it and coming and actually touching it and walking on it and seeing it is completely different. I'm really happy to be able to walk on the ground that my mother and grandfather lived in, and to see the type of life they had.
While one's first visit to Innishmurray is an experience you're unlikely to forget, even for those who have been here much more frequently, the total calm of a summer's day here weaves its magic time and again. Jane and Tessie Brady were young girls when their family was amongst the last to leave the island back in 1948.
I feel as if somebody is making us welcome. I feel there's somebody waiting for us.
Our ancestors are all here, I guess.
I love it.
I guess we remember them packing everything up. As children, we were excited, I guess, going to the mainland because, you know, we didn't know any different, even though we were happier here, I think, and better. But anyhow, then everything had to be gathered up and packed, the same as if you were moving house, and everything put into a boat. I guess it was a sad day for the older ones. Very sad, I'm sure.
You know you've been here before.
Yeah.
You know. Even though it's only rounds, we would never be embarrassed if who came in even now with us, you know. We're proud of where we came from.
Oh, yeah.
And when we lived here, it was a nice, clean,
Nice house.
it was always a nice, clean home.
I think there was only 2 or 3 boats leaving together, I think, the last round up. Our boat and Hart's boat, I think. The fire was lit as we were leaving and the door was locked, and it was tough, really.
Though there may have been inhabitants on Innishmurray as far back as the Bronze Age, the jewel in the crown of the island is this 6th century monastic settlement, which was formed here under the auspices of St. Milash. Local historian Joe McGowan has been bringing people to Innishmurray for over a quarter of a century.
There's history and mythology and folklore and archaeology on every step of this island. It's a magic place. As the monks went around the island from one station to another, at one point in time they looked out on ancient Bin Bulben, taken from the name Bin Gulben, where Diarmid and Grania spent some time, and where Diarmid was gored by the boar of Bin Bulben. When we look out towards the southwest, we see Queen Maeve's cairn on top of Knocknarea. That's Queen Maeve of Connacht. So it's hugely significant, and we're richly blessed in Sligo to have all of these things, and particularly this early Christian settlement here on Innishmurray Island. And in nice weather like this, I would describe it as a paradise, and that would be no exaggeration.
Teach na Tinna, or the House of Fire, is located at the heart of the monastic settlement. The islanders believed that a fire could always burn here, even if all of the other fires on the island had gone out. Nearby lie the cursing stones, another feature which may date back to pre-Christian times. But worryingly, some of the ancient lichen-covered stones here have recently been removed and replaced with newer ones. On a deserted island like this one, there's always the danger that people will tamper with ancient monuments, possibly maliciously, or perhaps in ignorance of the site's historical significance.
A lot of people coming out here don't understand how important this is. I mean, I think this site really should be promoted as becoming one of the next World Heritage Sites. A number of stones have, in the latest inventory, which has been carried out by Jerry O'Sullivan on behalf of the County Council, he's actually recorded a number of stones, I think between 8 and 10, actually missing.
Why would somebody take them?
I don't know really. You've probably got vandals, people just visiting and knocking the sites over. You've got people who might want a piece of Innishmurray. I know in the past there have been incidents in different parts of the country where stones similar to these have been sold abroad. So I think you're going to have a whole pile of issues that you have to deal with when you come to the monuments on Innishmurray.
So as this group of visitors depart Innishmurray, the debate on the preservation of the island's historical monuments has begun, with Sligo County Council drafting its new heritage plan. Rumours abound that some of the island's priceless artefacts may have to be stored away, with only replicas on view, in order to ensure their safekeeping. Having survived intact while the island was inhabited, Innishmurray's historical treasures now seem more vulnerable than ever before.
Very special place, Innishmurray Island. Now, it was said to be the greatest all-Ireland of all time, and recently a banquet was held in County Offaly to celebrate a great match of 25 years ago. Kieran Mullooly went along.
A pass is intercepted by Maggie Sheehy. There's the kick. It's high, and it drops into the hands of the waiting Sean Lowry. The game is over. Offaly are champions.
In 1982, they caused one of the greatest shocks of all times in Irish sporting history. But the Offaly senior football team of 25 years ago was back on the high street of Tullamore in the last few weeks, as they came together with friends and family